Be nice to get my shovel enchanted, but I don't know how good I can get it with just this. Yeah, fortune 1. I really want this one. We need 10 more levels, but I'm kind of scared of going to the nether, to be honest. I already have PTSD, I just died. Maybe I can start working on the kelp farm. The seminar I did with the school, I think it was 1.5 hours I had with them, and they were just so happy with it. Like I got so many messages on my Instagram just saying, "Wow, they really support me and they think it's amazing what I do, and they're just rooting for me to succeed." Like I got so many insane messages, and it just really gives me fuel to keep going. Right, just me helping people achieve like happiness in life, give them some purpose to fight for instead of waking up burned out from the world. Give them something to fight for. He's an amazing friend. Gus is an amazing friend. He's loyal in every single sense, just not the punctuality sense where he shows up in time. Alright, we have a bunch of wheat. Maybe we should get a compost thing going so we can start getting some. So we can start getting some emeralds for the wheat thing. Start trading in some of that stuff. Just do it like this. The seeding mechanics, yeah. It's not just in League. I'm a performer, you know. And look at these actions per minute. Well, this planning thing is gonna take some time, that's for sure. Exactly, and it's that's the interesting part. I've always been the support, even before I did the coaching thing. I've always loved. Yeah, I can use bread for villages too. That's very true. I've always loved supporting people just in games and in real life and stuff like that. I don't know. I've always have this kind of support thing in me. Um, But the hardest part for me was finding the balance between being the nice guy who always gives and sacrifices himself while still maintaining respect from people. Because if you're too much of a nice guy, you might get used and you might get disrespected, right? Because, oh, he just tolerates everything, right? So that has for sure been the hardest thing for me, finding the balance between demanding respect and being not cold, but still finding yourself and be like, well, bro, I don't tolerate this. This is straight up disrespect. Why? Like, treat me with respect, man. And that's the issue with always being like the nice guy and always being the supportive guy. So I've worked a lot on that, and I think I've gotten to like a really good balance here between knowing my tolerance, but still like being the person I want. Let me see. We need a compost at the village now. Yeah, bread is also very easy to get. We can also do that, but I want to use the wheat for emeralds, and I want to use the carrots and beetroots for breeding. Maybe potatoes too. Didn't we have one? Yeah, there's two right here. Nice. Let's see. You are fucking ugly, mate. Well, not really adults yet, so I guess... Okay, we got the mending. Maybe we actually start buying some mending books. Where is the mending? Mending here. That's a lot of emeralds as well, but we can manage it. Let's see what we can do. We can put something here. Just do, I don't know. Oops. It happens. Just like this. So they can also jump up here. Yeah. Good stuff. Well, this looks also really ugly. Is there any easy way to get emeralds? Maybe we just get some more breeding going already? Go 6. Yes. Everything's starting to look good. It's starting to come together as well. Just could use a few more levels. Maybe we just try and find a big cave and go mining in there. We have maybe a little too much weed with us. Yes. If you watch the early episodes of me and Gus's playthrough, we find a village in the first episode. We murder everything in the village in the second episode because we accidentally started a raid. So every villager died except for 2. So we had to rebreed all the villagers. We got them all killed. So we're actually the villains in this story. So it's kind of funny because yeah, we found a village in the first one and we're like, oh my god, yes, we're gonna be so happy, like a big happy family. And then next episode we start a raid and everything dies. We died like 7 times as well. And yeah, everything else just got completely destroyed. But we found the 2 villages. I was searching the whole village for any sign of life. And no one was there. But then we found 2 and now we have rebreeded the whole village and we are like... we are, yeah, starting a whole new family again. So I think we need to get a little stronger before starting a raid and just making sure that the villagers are safe. Because if I gotta be honest, Gus wasn't really pulling the strings on that raid. I felt kind of alone. Let's see if we can find a good cave somewhere. I don't know what's the best way to search. Maybe trial chambers. Yes, that's very true. Okay, Axo, Mr. Axo, thank you a lot for the follow. Or AXO underscore OO. Uh-oh.
Ax0_O0.
Thanks a lot for the follow, man. Means the world to me and Gus that people enjoy what we're doing and we can get to share our stories with people just, yeah, coming in here, chilling and stuff like that. That could be so cool. On my own channel, I really want to do like in the future, I want to do like mentoring viewers kind of thing where I get people in, they can maybe use some channel points or, you know, stuff like that. And then I take them in and we do like a quick session, like a 30-minute session about, okay, where are you now? Where do you want to go? And I just give my best so I can get practice on it and you guys can get some like hopefully some good knowledge and some good insights about where you want to go and maybe how you can achieve it, because I've helped quite a lot of people so far and they have all been pretty happy with my results. Also because I don't know, yeah, like I was coaching a guy. He was actually early a criminal and now he wanted to start a new life. He was making music, and my brother knew him because he had been in my brother's music mentorship. And then he was like, "Well, if you want the more mindset part of it, go to my brother. He knows so much." And what happened was that he then came to my mentorship here, and we did some mentoring, and he was just really happy because I actually made a change in his life. I actually gave him some new insights, and for him at the start, it was kind of weird for him that he was a 50-year-old man listening to a 20-year-old kid, right? Because what do I know about anything? But it's not about. It is of course about what I know, but I have searched for the answers I need. I didn't live life just normally. I didn't just let it pass by. I use my time efficiently. Kind of ironic when playing Minecraft, right? But I am sitting here. I am reading the books I need to read to teach what I need to teach, right? Performance books and the different kind of books to just make sure that I know the things I know. And I've studied them for many years. I've studied these kind of books and seminars and courses and stuff like that. I've also bought some courses, expensive shit if you want to get the good ones. But I've done that because I know I want this. Yeah, I have some good things in brew. I have big plans for my life, but it also requires a lot of mental strength. But it's all a part of the journey. Oh, okay. I see the cartographer. Yeah, we could maybe get some of that going very soon. I would just like to get level 30 ASAP and then look for some good enchantments on my... Or just buy some good books, maybe even. We just need some emeralds. I swear, emeralds are way harder to find than diamonds and other stuff. How to find anything? Oh, yes, that's true. Glass can be very easy to trade in. But isn't the wheat thing better? I think Gus has been here. Isn't glass just better to trade in than... or not glass, isn't the wheat thing better? Because we just have so much wheat right now. I'm not sure. Maybe we can just do both. I see, I see. Yeah, maybe that's best. Then we need a shit ton of sand, so I need to get a good shovel going. But we have the mending, so that's nice. Would just be nice to one-shot the sand instead of, you know, having to reset the timer always. But coal is looking really good. This fortune pickaxe is insane. I just flipped this. Look at this shit. What a beauty. I have another thing. Isn't unbreaking a little useless if you have mending? What is the reason to... Like, it's kind of like Mundo in League, right? What is the reason to buy more more health if you already have so much health regen? Any books? Yes, I have Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's a must-read if you want to learn about life in general, because I feel like that book is just about life. It has nothing to do with money, and you're going to learn that. Atomic Habits is insane for learning how to get good habits. How to Win Friends and Influence Others is also insane if you want to learn about how to communicate better as a person. So these three are insanely good. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, Atomic Habits, and How to Influence People and Win Over Friends. And there is a lot, like, there are so many books, so many insane books, but it's about starting somewhere, right? So if I were you, I would just start with Think and Grow Rich, and from there you can like keep going to the other ones. But there's not really any book that can teach you... I guess there's a lot of books that can teach you about using your time efficiently, but it's all individual, right? Yeah, that's insane. That's really, really good. If you want to use your time efficiently, my best thing to say is just make sure, like, you need to know what you want to do, so you have like the plan, because else it's gonna be very, very tough work if you don't know what you want to work on. Secondly, you need to know how long you want to work for. And the third thing is, what is the plan after, right? If you have these things, so you say tomorrow I'm gonna work on my seminar because I need to get it done because I have the seminar on the school, whatever. I'm gonna work for 90 minutes, or I'm gonna work for 50 minutes, take a 10-minute break, and then I'm gonna work for 50 minutes again. And then you say exactly what you want to work on. Like, okay, I don't just want to work on my seminar. I need to work on the presentation. Exactly the chapter 4 slide. I need to work on the practical topic we need to do, whatever. Exactly what you need to do, right? Because if you're just sitting there with your big seminar in front of you, you have 25 slides, none of them are done, and you just sit there, you set a timer, and then you're completely blank, right? It's called decision fatigue. You have so many decisions to take, and your brain is so overstimulated by you not having anything specific to work on. So what do? You just sit there because you're so overwhelmed, so you can't make a decision. But if instead you say, I want to